movie deals before his trial in November. I mean, why not? At the end of the day, you can freeze his accounts and give it to the victims. The Sun first reported allegations that dedicated million to have Pac murked last October, and then exclusive.
Oh. Oh.
So everybody can use a little bit more back work. One thing you can never train too much of, and one of the most fundamental exercises for training back, an exercise you just need a dumbbell for, and the little platform, is the dumbbell row. The key to the dumbbell row is just making sure you get the most out of the move, that you don't waste the move or create any lower back issues. We're going to show you how to do exactly that right now. So Brett here is going to demonstrate the dumbbell row. I'm going to show you guys a couple of nuances about it. One of the main fundamental things you see people do with dumbbell rows that we don't want to do, you're going to see them get onto the bench in this position. This is doing all kinds of things to your spine. It's not necessarily a great position. It's a really easy position for you to mess up body position. So
Orly, get out of here.
What we're going to do instead is we're going to hinge forward. Brett's just going to put his hand on the bench. Note that his feet are completely square, and note this good tabletop position. Nice and level. And again, the shoulders are just a little bit above the hips. You want that. You never want your hips higher than your shoulders, because once they get higher, there's a lot of lower back involvement. We're trying to train our back here. Again, Brett is also taking hips and shoulders square through this entire process. We're not going to see any rotation. He's really locking in his core, so that he stays level as he moves. Brett, also look at that head position. Brett, show them what it looks like if you're in a bad head position. You don't want to be here. You don't want to be spine extended. You want to be nice, neutral spine. Nice, clean position. Keep that neck relaxed. Now again, Brett, really level with the shoulders here. He's going to keep the shoulders level. That involves a lot of core. Now he's just going to row up. Just a little bit of engaging his mid-back. That's the first move in the row. And then he goes all the way up. This is an upper arm move. So this motion is what's happening with the row. It's not a bicep motion. His forearm is simply a hook there. He's not trying to move there. He's trying to drive that elbow up as high as he can to squeeze it back and stay level as he's done this. Now, as you progress in the row, you can gradually start to get a little bit of stretch down here. Stretch out that lat. But note how he's getting that stretch in that lat. His core is still really tight. He's just stretching on the lat. Brett, show him what happens when you get rotational with your row. See that we don't want any lumbar movement. You always want this core back tight. Always want that core muscles turned on. Always want those spinal extensions turned on. You never want to shut it down. You never want slappy rotation. You never want this rotation.
There's a dog out there.
Always want this to be a nice strong lat.
He's not mad.
What we'd love to see you guys do.
He's not mad. That's not mad barking at all.
Anywhere from 8 to 12 reps per side. Start with the higher end. Get really used to the motion. Get used to squeezing your back on the top of every rep. And then as you progress, work out a little bit lower.
Dude! Who? That girl you like? Who? Which one? Is blue? Is it blue? Is blue outside? Elliot, will you look outside and see if blue's outside?
Putting it number 1 on my list of the worst back exercises. What's up, guys? Jim Cavalier, AfterNext.com. What you see behind me is a bunch of different back exercises, many of which you either have done in the past or you're still doing right now. But after today, you're going to want to get rid of a few of them, because I'm going to help you to rank them from the worst to the best, leaving you only with the best back exercises that are going to deliver the gains that you're after. And so as we kick off this list here, it's important for us to find the
Is Blue out there? I knew it.
in the ranking.
Will you take him out and I will literally be there in 5 minutes, Josh?
Exercises capable
And like I will literally, I just want to do my left arm, and then I will take him, unless you can deal with him whining for a few.
We know that strength leads to hypertrophy, which is the main focus of the list. Secondly, we know that the back has a lot of muscles in it. This particular episode here is going to focus on those that are doing the best job.
Elliot can't hold him.
Future breakdowns in the series can focus on the other areas of the back, like the upper back and traps, or maybe even the lower back. But for here, we're really looking at the lats. And finally, guys, is the exercise safe? A lot of people perform any exercise in the pursuit of gains, but here on this channel as a physical therapist, I have to consider safety. I'm going to build that into the selection criteria for every one of these exercises. And so now with the groundwork laid, it's time to start working from the bottom up, the worst category here. And I'm looking at my number 1 no. It's a version of the row. It's the one-arm dumbbell row. You see, I don't dislike the unilateral aspect of the exercise. That's not it. But when you put one knee up on the bench, as you do, this is actually introducing a stretch to the groin that I've talked about in many videos before that I'm just not comfortable with, literally, as I've given myself 2 hernias from the exercise. You put an asymmetrical strain on the inguinal canal, which is oftentimes a weak spot for men as it is, which can oftentimes lead to the hernias that we don't want. The big thing about it, though, is we have better options that don't require us to have one knee up on the bench. We'll get back to that in a second, but for now, the one-arm row is an absolute no for me, putting it number 1 on my list of the worst back exercises. All right, so now making our way up to the worst exercises for your back, we have to look next to the lat pull-down. But no, not any version of lat pull-down, but the behind the neck version of lat pull down, because where you pull to makes all the difference in the world. You see, this variation takes those elbows out of the scapular plane, the natural plane that you want to move in, angled about 45 degrees forward, and flares them far too much out to the side. What that does is it forces the shoulder into a lot of internal rotation. From the shoulder up over the head, internal rotation with elevation can lead to impingement problems. Guys, do me a favor and put that bar in front of the body and put this exercise at the top of your list of ones to skip with the big red X. And so with that, I get to break out my blue marker now as we work our way up the rankings into the better category. Good exercises, but still with limitations. And the first one we look at is the renegade row. And while this does allow us to hit the lats through a rowing motion, we have to look beyond that because we're being compromised by the load we can actually use on the exercise due to more of that instability. Now, we're not talking about that asymmetrical lower body instability that we have for the one-arm dumbbell row, but we're just shifting it up the kinetic chain into the core. And if your core is weak, you're not going to be able to lift a lot on this exercise. So if we're looking for hypertrophy, we're undermining our ability to achieve it by introducing a variable that really doesn't have to be there in the first place. And also the row itself, the range of motion is being cut short by the floor. Unless you want to use your front delt to lift the dumbbell out in front of you to increase that lat stretch, you're limiting your ability to take advantage of the stretch reflex that can produce more gains as well. Guys, for all these reasons, some of the exercises when I program myself, mostly in circuits or metabolic type workouts,
Little shopping bag in the corner.
is limited and therefore it deserves the blue circle here for better, just not great. Moving on to the better category here, it actually pains me to see this exercise sit so low on the list. We're talking about the deadlift. Look, remember the criteria here, lat development. And while
I
the
like
deadlift
literally
itself
cannot lift my arm any
requires
higher
us
than
to be
this.
completely engaged in order to keep that
Completely
bar
weak when it
tight
comes
your
to
body.
the pushing
It does
away
those
strength.
Isometric contraction that doesn't necessarily lead to the greatest overall hypertrophy gains for the lats. Now, ironically, we look at the muscle gains in the upper back and traps through the same isometric contraction.
I need to get like some machines. I need like weights. This is like lame. I need like a barbell.
The deadlift is one of the greatest exercises of all time. When it comes to
It's a
lat
robe.
development, it doesn't check all the boxes, and therefore it just gets the blue circle for the better category. And next up in the better category, we have another exercise like the deadlift
You guys
that starts
wanna take him
before,
before?
but
Hey,
does a much better
don't
job
you?
of hitting the lats, but not
you go
the
outside?
drawbacks. We're talking
Oh,
about
I was gonna
the
say,
deadlift
dang,
row.
he's been outside to smoke. You better take early.
Forward of the exercise. Now, it's in the forward,
Okay, cool.
the bar through a greater range of motion off of the floor outweigh the risk of attempting to do so with a body not prepared to do that. You see, the slightest bit of hamstring inflexibility or a lack of lumbar extension mobility is going to compromise your ability to perform this safely. Even though we can better target the lats from this completely horizontal position, at what risk are we doing it? When we realize again that there's better options by simply shifting your torso slightly higher, I just can't make this exercise rise too far up the list, so therefore it's going to sit here in the better category only. And so with that, now I get to break out my yellow marker as we continue our way up the rankings, this time into the better still category. And for the first exercise here, I want to look right here at the tripod row, because this one actually gives us a chance to correct some of the things we didn't like about some of the previous exercises, namely the one-arm dumbbell row and that penalty row we just covered. What do we have here? Well, we have asymmetrical.
Yeah, I mean, like, you just don't leave him on the leash. You take him off the leash and put him in the...
Is take that knee off the bench and just put ourselves in this position with one hand stabilizing our upper body. And doing just this, again, allows that symmetrical loading.
Orly, I'll be right there, baby.
Now have to undergo any of those stretches that we don't want to introduce. Regarding the penalty row, I actually have a chance to achieve as much of a horizontal position as I want on this exercise.
I knew that he was trying to say Blue was outside. It's his best friend.
So without putting my lower back at risk. All in all, this is a simple tweak to make that takes some of those limitations and now puts them in your favor.
Come on, bud. Let's go outside.
Are you excited? Are you so excited?
Kicking your butt up there?
Mm-hmm.
Marshman,
Wait, Orly, for crying out loud.
going out with huh?
Hold on.
I gotta go there.
Come on, bud.
Chicken food. Adios. You want to go kick the ball?
I would say we probably won't bring the soccer ball out. I'm gonna come out, but we probably won't do the
Come
soccer
on,
ball.
grab the ball. I want to kick it with it. Dorian! I knew Blue was going to be out here. Dorian's out there. Grab the ball for me, quick. He wants to kick the ball.
He does.
You shut the door. I can't.
I'm coming out.
literally go potty. It's okay. Come on. Come on, dude. You're just hearing Elliot screaming. Completely forgot about it. Forgot about my phone. I went inside. I was like, "Where's my phone?"
You want an ice cube, bro?
Yeah, give him some ice cubes. Holy God, my phone is hot. You want to go out and collect our child here in a second? Sometimes I can like feel my mouth making the same shapes that her mouth made. It's gross.
Ice cubes are cracking and they're scaring him, dude.
What?
I put the ice cubes in the water and as he's licking, they're cracking. And each time it cracks, he like yanks his head away and it scared him. Enough
He's gotten his tongue pinched before.
It is scared him. It's like super timid.
Isn't it ironic that he literally spent the first 19, 20 months of his life outdoors? Dude, there's a fucking serious fire, Josh. Have you seen the fire map?
I looked.
Look at the sky.
I looked. I didn't see
Look at the mountains behind the door.
What?
Look at the mountains outside behind the door. Look over here. Get a little more in this line of vision. Turn your left a little more. Now look at that tiny peak way out there. Slightly more to your right. There, yeah.
Trees.
Yeah, but do you see the 3 rows of hills and the tiny one way back in the gray?
Yeah. I don't see any smoke or anything.
What are you talking about? The whole gray is the smoke. The fact that you can't see that little mountain up at the top very well because it's like grayed out, that's all smoke. The sky being like white on the bottom half.
Here?
Yeah.
That's not very far away. That's like the 4 Crow Road. But
That mountain way back there? No. That mountain way back there. No, it's more to the right.
it's actually on
Angle more to the right. There. Straight where your head is. Look straight out your eyeballs like with your head. There's like 3 rows. There's like the closest mountains and then there's the farthest.
In between the trees or something?
In between those 2 trees, those 2 bushes.
Okay.
Between those 2 bushes, look way as far out as you can. Well, step out of the sunlight. I can't see it either if I'm standing in the sunlight.
Elliot, come on inside, bud. Marcelo, come on. Make sure to, yep, come on, bring the soccer ball.
Yeah, we have there's like 50 fires, I think. But there's like a bunch of fires east of us right now, but I'm just curious how close they're getting. Oh, babe, that's lots of messes. Elliot, turn around and clean it up, babe. Get a paper towel and clean it up. Do not get on your game. Clean it up.
So, but come on back in, please. Yeah, let's correct what you did. Come on, please. And also, before you do anything else, I want you to drink some water. So,
Drink some.
I'm getting you some ice cubes. Where's your...
Put the one in my mouth.
Fix that. Fix that.
Clean up the water with paper towels and turn the bowl over, babe.
And look at all the egg.
There's all kinds of stuff all over the floor.
Yeah, put it back. It's a boiled egg.
Elliot, water! They're cleaning up with paper towel. There's water everywhere.
Oh, cool. Yeah, you gotta clean that as well. Where's your cup, dude?
Put an ice cube in my mouth.
I'm not gonna just put an ice cube in your mouth.
Do it. Put this ice cube in my mouth.
It is so way too big. Put this small ice cube in your mouth.
Yeah, don't put a whole ice cube in your mouth like that, baby.
Giant one. You would put the
You goof off too much.
Where's your cup? Find your cup immediately.
No. I don't know who you are.
Find it.
Where's my cup?
What?
Where's his mug?
It's right here. I poured water in it and I was drinking it.
Bring it in here.
Because he keeps drinking my water.
Ice cube? Spin that ice cube in there.
Why is there vomiting sounds?
Okay. And now, cold water. Come on and drink some, please. Immediately.
Elliot, please, baby. It's too hot and dry. You really need to drink some water.
Let's go. Come on. Before the game continues, let's go. Right now. No, sir. No, sir. No, so you can do this and then I'll...
Elliot, you're going to turn that game off right now.
You could do this and you could do this and then I'll allow you to do that, or it gets turned off.
Come on in, please. I will not wait another second. 1.
Are you serious? Turn the game off right now.
Yeah, bring it
I had
in.
to pause it while my car was moving. I had to make my car start to move.
Sounds like more excuses when you were told one thing.
Cold water to help cool down. Take a second. Yeah, hold on. Stir it around. Mix the ice cubes in there. Just a little bit more. Put it on your table. Or you're gonna know where it is.
I don't work out all day.
Now you can go back to what you're doing. See, it took 10 seconds. Maybe wait a minute or something. That took literally 10 seconds.
And I'm only going to be doing this for a short time, so I'm going to do as much of it as I want to. As much of it as I'm in the mood for, and as much of it that makes me feel good. Because literally, this is only going to last like a couple of weeks maybe, until I'm like, okay, on to the next thing. So I'm going to enjoy it and build up as much of this weak muscle as I possibly can.
Let's continue that if you want to continue. Really?
Miss Lady.
Continue that if you want to continue, and I got cut off by the activity happening again. Discontinue that if you want to continue what you're doing. Okay? Stop.
Josh.
Also,
Josh,
hey, excuse
Josh.
me, come here right now.
Hey,
Why?
Immediately.
Why? Why, Dad?
Because come here. I need you to correct something.
Go fix something.
Correct something, please. That needs to, yeah, it goes in its spot. Well, you so go pick it up.
I can't pick it up.
Go turn that game off right now. Oh my gosh.
Something stupid about it 2 times in a row. Because you saw some.
Don't use that S word.
Dude,
This is why
I need you to stand up and take
I work
2
out all
minutes.
day. Right
Stand
there.
up from the game. Take 2 minutes. Now stand up and
There
take
is
2 minutes.
literally a sheet of flesh. Do you see that?
Because we're gonna do something really quick.
Let me get this thing like half fluid up.
I can't wait.
I'm just trying to say this one thing.
Elliot, oh my gosh.
It's in that one position it's in right now.
Take a deep breath, please. You've got 2 minutes timeout from the game, so you can get angry. Why don't you do push-ups? 10 push-ups right now. Drop and do push-ups. Josh, listen. Just stop. Drop and do push-ups.
We're doing squats. Just hold hands.
Go. Now.
Stop. Don't squeeze my hands. You're mad.
Push-ups make more energy come out. It's front, upper. This is not going to give him any fucking removal of anger. Upper body will. That's why push-ups work. Drop and give me 5 push-ups right now. Go. 1. Here. I'll guide you. I'll hold you up. All right, hold on. Right here? Nope. Right there. 1. Nope. 2. Come on, push. 3. Don't go all the way down, baby. Stay
Yeah,
here.
look at that. I'm not going way down.
4. 5. Great job!
There's upper and lower push-ups, and then there's full.
Josh, we're not going to confuse him. It's just something to do to get out bad energy.
Stand up. Stand up and go back.
He's gone now. He's gone now.
I'm not going to have to do it. I will, but you have to.
Well, duh, Nanny. It's totally natural for a woman my age. I'm actually unnaturally hot for a woman my age. There's no reason I should look this fucking good. Especially considering how I eat absolute garbage and I basically do nothing. He's useless as tits on a bowl right about now.
Okay. Lighten back up, dude.
Yeah, J. Marie, I don't particularly want him to fit into society. Dude, is stretching this right here so much for some reason, being in this position. That's good, man. Doesn't pull nearly as much right here. Right there. Oh, it's like hitting right on this spot in my back that hurts so bad. Got this like fucked up rib back there. Josh, let him vocal stem. It isn't hurting anybody. Ella, as long as you're not getting nasty and extra crazy, Elliot, you can vocal stem. Now, don't take it too far. Okay, well, control yourself. Don't get manic or, use those types of words. But he's got to be able to vocal stem.
I didn't say it, Quinn.
I do yoga. Today was my yoga day.
I always just tell you to just keep the volume.
I did a bunch of Pilates earlier and yoga.
Just don't get so loud.
You guys always tell me don't narrate.
Well, you can narrate, you just have to lower the volume.
I don't care if you narrate.
Narrating to the neighbors, that's where we have an issue. If you're narrating to yourself and like maybe me.
And your dad has no way to tell you you can't narrate because your father is the absolute worst narrator on the planet when it comes to video games. So he describes absolutely everything he's doing to the freaking invisible audience. So listen, you can narrate all you want, but it's the screaming. Elliot, look at my eyes. Baby. Hello? Can I have your eye contact? Real quick? Alright, as long as you're paying attention, I will, you don't have to take your eyes away. But you're allowed to make all the sounds you want as long as you're not being disrespectful with your words, you're not being hateful or mean, and you're not screaming so loud that the neighbors are going to start knocking on the doors. But get all those vocal things out of you. You know, sing all you want, baby. Make humming sounds and fart sounds with your mouth. Oh, cool, Nanny. I've never been able to find the time or energy to go and do yoga. So I just like watch yoga videos on the internet, and then I did gymnastics when I was a kid, so like I implement the things that I remember from when I was a gymnast. And my grandmother, when I was growing up, had this like book, and it was like a yoga moves book or whatever. Anyway, I did that book a lot with my grandmother. And then but it was like an old like yoga book from the 70s. And then I watched YouTube videos like religiously. God, I gotta go to the fucking store, man.
About this called their body.
Just don't wanna.
That's where their head would be. Their wingspan up to 7.5 feet, so taller than me by like 1.5 feet. So look, their wings would be almost to the ceiling. Their wingspan from side to side. Look.
Joel is gone.
Now the top of my hand is that's the tip of one wing. My feet are the tip of the other wing. Now picture the bird in the middle of it that's like this tall. And that's how big his wings are. It's like a dinosaur flying through the air. It's huge. They're giant. Well, their wingspan is.
I like Idan Kirshner. I also like Elastiboy. And then there's this other dude who does like parkour stuff, and this other guy that does handstand stuff that I like. I don't really watch girl channels. For girls, I watch more weightlifting stuff, fitness.
I'm only this tall. Now my spread from fingertip to
square foot, he's like 9
Oh, I do. I've watched yoga with Adrienne when I was pregnant.
We could get the square footage of the bird. It would just be really hard.
Because she had a lot of really good like hip opening stuff when it comes to getting that muscle that's like right here. There's a muscle, I can't remember what it's called. Maybe it's the psoas. I don't know. But there's a muscle that goes like from here to here, and when you're pregnant, it can get like cramped and tight and uncomfortable, and it can cause your hips, instead of your hips doing this like they're supposed to, they can like do this or this, which can cause a lot of pain. And then if you're pregnant, you need to go to a chiropractor and do the Webster maneuver so they can pop your hips back into place where it needs to be, so the baby stays head down. So I did a lot of like those types of exercises when I was pregnant with Elliot. When I squeeze my butt cheeks together, there's like no cottage cheesy on it anymore. The skin isn't all wrinkly. Dude, there's literal muscles here. Like, I have a muscle there. There's literally a muscle there.
Look, Dad.
Orly, sir,
Look, Dad.
you are not going back outside. Not right now, baby, no. Maybe a little bit later, you need to go lay down and you need to wait. It's too hot outside. It's too hot outside. I need those buttons. Dude, if somebody has those buttons for dogs so your dogs can talk to you, please help me out. Send them to me. My dog would love them. I need them so bad. He needs buttons. He needs buttons. He's got so much to say.
He needs a haircut.
Well, no, I'm not going to cut his hair.
He needs it.
No, I spoke to the vet. I'm not going to shave his hair. It causes them to actually overheat.
Having shorter hair.
No, yeah. If you cut their hair, so their hair is specifically designed to help keep their body regulated, and if you shave it, it causes their body to just like be exposed to the sun more. There's a whole thing about it. I'll show you the printout the doctor
I believe it.
told me about it.
I believe it.
And I had vaguely remembered something like that back when I was working at the dog groomers. I had learned about that, and then I was like, well, I don't feel comfortable working at the dog groomers anymore. So I remember that when the doctor told me that. It clicked. I remembered. So I'm glad that I wasn't able to shave him. It was nice to take it down a little bit on his neck so that his collar fits better, but that's about it. So this is not a dress, this is a onesie, and I really honestly have absolutely no freaking clue. Oh. It is by, there's a whole website and everything. Thank God somebody does this. So it's Umba Love. The woman who owns this company is dead, though. She died. I don't know if the company still exists. She had a COVID vaccination side effect reaction and she passed away. But this is the company that I got this from. This was only like $20 or $30. I can't remember. What did I brag about, Terry? Oh, yeah. Ooh-wee.
I need to learn how to drive good or else if I crash, I'm dead. Literally dead. Dead. Like in the game, dead. Because I put a strapped a bomb inside my back of the car.
Boobs folding in half.
Strapped the bomb down. So yeah, I would die. I'm not in a car accident. I would be dead.
That feels so good. Okay. Oh my God. I have a paddle board.
Oh gosh. What's the point of putting my ass in the
To this stretch feels so good. It's Umba. U-M-B-A. Umba.
Yep, Terry, that is correct.
They have all kinds of cool shit. The prices are not bad. The stuff is like, it's not natural material, so it's hot. Like this, I overheat if I wear it in the sun, out in the summer. It's wonderful for winter time. I put like a long sleeve shirt on, and like, you know, it's cut out in the back. But if I put a tight long sleeve shirt on, it looks so adorable. Or like even like a vest over that. I'm telling you, gorgeous. And it looks just, it's adorable. They have it in all different colors. This one, I like the brown, but they have it in white and red, and I really wanted it in white, but you know, I can't have anything nice. So. Oh, sweet. It's an Australian company, so the website, when you look at the website, Miss Lee D, you have to select US prices. So it's Australian prices. So it's going to be way outrageous looking. So just make sure you're selecting US price. I want to go to Australia. And I want to go to Italy. It's a shame that the world has gone nuts. Tell you what, this is stretching a muscle I didn't even know I had. I need a barbell and I need like a weight bench really bad if I'm gonna keep going and stuff. I told Josh he needs to get one. I wonder if I could hang upside down and still not have my boobs fall out.
It's pretty dramatic. Pretty dramatic. Hey, but I may do so. Be really careful. Only use like one or maybe 2 pumps, okay?
Okay.
It's super concentrated.
Whole thing's cracked since I haven't felt crap. I think my rib cracked. Cool. My boob falling out. Ooh, got my shoulder mobility back. Whatever that was that cracked, man, just like changed the game.
picked on him really, but it was not.
What was it?
It was a sticker.
So it was a ticker?
Huh?
You found a ticker on him?
It was like one of those little flat. It's like flat on one side, like a half circle on the other.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, one of those.
Oh, God.
Oh. No.
Oh, no. Let's see.
So good in here. Oh my
Let's see what
gosh.
happens. Let's respawn.
Oh, that's smelling.
See what happens. Because I just respawned my code. Let's see what happens. Well, now I know what happened. A bomb fell.
Bro, man, I was literally in like another planet for a second. Whoa, that felt so good. Oh my god. Alright, let's look. Dude, do you see that, Terry? So this is a comfortable resting place. If I could just keep it there, it's almost even. Look at that, my shoulders are level right now. Dude, what? My shoulders are level, and I'm literally not having to hold it too hard. The muscles are just doing the right thing. It's a little tender when I turn my head all the way to the left in that spot, like right there between my shoulder blade and my spine, but that spot that cracked, really, I don't know what happened there. Like when I turn my head, it cracked in the spot that I think it might have been my ribs that popped, adjusted. I need to have someone walk on my back slowly and like all my ribs in place. Dig their toes like behind my shoulder blade, heels. I have a little Asian woman walk on my back so bad, dude. God bless those women. You know, that's like a great man. I would do that for a job. My problem is that I like being barefoot too much, and I don't particularly think I would like anyone doing my back massage with calloused feet, so it's not something I could do as a job. But I would like that job because I like giving massage. I like localizing the muscle, the knot, and then breaking it apart, you know, and really breaking up the fascia and dispersing the ammonia. So like I really like doing that a lot. And it's like how like some people like to pick at zits. I like to massage knots away, and so it would be fun. I went to massage therapy. I went to school to be a massage therapist. I'm a licensed massage therapist, but I just wouldn't do it. Is it just me, or is there like a halo of light around me? Do you see that? Do you see the shadow on the back, the ceiling disappearing? Weird, dude. Do you see the halo disappearing? Look at that. It's on the ceiling right now. Look. There it goes. There it goes. Look at that. It's like above my head that much. Do you see that? There it is, right there. Dark. Light. Light is amazing, the way it bends and does things.
Normal.
Oh, my hip just cracked.
Normal for complete stuff. What I need to do is I need to take that.
I should probably do an Asian squat while my neck is all fresher. So, dude, isn't that weird? Is that like my aura or something? Dude, it's like all the way up to here. Do you see that?
No, I'm gonna chase that guy.
You can literally see it. Like all over here. Does my hand do it? Not as much. palm of my hand does it. Holy crap, the palm of my hand does it a lot, but my hand just like this doesn't. It's not doing it as, oh, yes, it is from the top of my hand. Maybe I'm just so pale that I'm reflecting the light back up at the ceiling. I wish I could afford stuff. I wish I could buy weights or something, or like anything that I need, or that I could like make my life easier. Yeah, one day. God, I don't want to go to the store.
And I want you to hear what this guy. I want you to hear what I'm hearing in my ear. Because this guy's talking about a spoiled little brat teenager and his mom. He's mad at his mom. He was like, you know what? Yeah, man, yeah.
Well, and you
I'm
need to
gonna
be
play
careful
it.
that you listen to him, because if it's something that the kid does something that we don't want him to know.
No, it's just the parents saying, hey, you know, listen, one day your mom's not gonna be there for you, and you're gonna want your mom, and she's not there.
I've
Whether
explained
you're
that to
not
him.
saying like gone forever, just like, you know, just not available at the moment, right? Not meaning like she's gone. But yeah, anyways. Yeah, you gotta hear this.
Yep, Mona, it's prison, that's what happens.
You
So
gotta
when you're in
hear
prison, what else is there to do? You know? What does that mean, Carly?
How was that?
I don't know what that means.
Keep listening. We're just listening. Disrespectful.
Stretch, stretch. Yeah, Terry, that's why I'm doing it. Orly! Dude! Please get out of the blinds! Josh, he's literally destroying them. Do you hear his tail wagging in the blinds?
Appreciate you listening to that. I do.
He sees his friend outside. Elliot, that's gotta stop. You gotta stop that.
This isn't your stuff to figure out. Okay? I'm gonna be the one to figure it out. He breaks the blinds, I figure it out. Love you too, man.
I love you, baby. Oh, I stepped on my hair.
He was talking to you, man.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Dad, you want to see this? Look. That's what I am. No. Look now. Now. There I am. You just made me put the names on it.
You actually got me. I thought I really did. I was like, are you serious? Oh, yeah. You cheated me.
I didn't cheese you. The thing
Why
went.
does everybody want my attention?
Welcome to being the mom. So much fun, isn't it? You should be grateful, Josh. Every time they want your attention, you know, you have to tell yourself, They love me. They need me. They love me. They need me. They want something right now. My stomach is like sideways.
I was giving Orly probably the best massage of his life.
Yeah, not of his life, I guarantee you that. Forget who's his mom.
Excuse me?
You forget who his mom is.
Huh? What?
You forget who Orly's mom is. I give him massages like a lot every day, almost.
Oh, okay.
He's spoiled. That's why he loves it so damn much. Because he's spoiled rotten.
I just did his head.
He's got really bad knots on his ribs.
I just did his head, like above his eyes, above his forehead. I did his jaw.
Yeah, he's definitely got clenchy
And
jaws.
I
He
did
sleeps and he
I did
cries.
his chest really good.
Do right under, right where his back and his shoulders meet.
I did that a little
He's got like a fat roll, but it's not a fat roll. It's a fucking knot.
I did a little bit of that, but.
What are you doing?
Oh, Orly! You see what he's doing?
No, I can only see his feet.
Well, look at his tail. You can see it from
I
there.
mean, he's happy. I can tell that.
His tail is in his water bowl.
Oh, Orly, are you slapping water everywhere? See, Josh, but you would have been angry if that had happened earlier. See how your reaction's just different?
I don't really care.
I know.
It's just hilarious. Like, he doesn't realize.
I know, and he's just slinging it absolutely fucking everywhere.
But look,
At least it's water.
what are you doing? Look, you're in your
I've had to like train myself not to get angry about stupid stuff that doesn't actually make a difference. It's been the hardest thing in my life. You know, we grew up with fucking abusive parents, so I'm like neurotic. Oh my god, he's literally slinging it all over the house. Josh, oh my god, your electronics! Hi, stop. Go in the kitchen. Go. In the kitchen.
Literally.
Stay right there. 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 Oh, it's bad.
Oh, it's very bad.
Yeah, here, I'm gonna use
It's
this
all
shirt
good. I
right
don't
here.
care.
I know, but you're worried about your computer. There we go. Alright, all better. Oh, really? Danny boy, you have a wet tail. Josh, please be careful. I don't want you to slip on the floor and bust your face open.
Got socks on.
Oh, even worse. Use the green towel that's on the front of the stove. Can you reach your butt? Can you reach there? Good job. He's scratching his own head. Wow. He can reach. It's a miracle. Alright, what was that? No. Literally, no. Elliot, stop saying that.
Yeah, but
You have to stop saying that. That's the towel or that's the shirt I just dried his tail off with. It's not dirty. I just dried his tail off with it. It's just water.
dirty shirts, so.
Yeah, it's just water. It's hard and annoying.
I love you.
I just like wish that I could work my abs and not have to. I don't ever want to have to do sit-ups really. That's like the thing I hate. I don't ever want to do sit-ups. So I'm having to figure out a way to go around that, and I have figured it out. Picking heavy shit up. But like carrying it. I do that a lot. I have to carry heavy shit all the time because I like live off grid. So I have like 5-gallon jugs that I have to pick up and like carry and move around and like stuff like that. That's what's doing it. That's why I have abs now. I don't know. I was keep looking at myself. I'm like, where are these coming from? Because like I don't do anything ab related really. And that's why it hurt so bad when I was doing the abdominal exercises earlier today, because I really have no, nothing going on right here. So I do have to actually implement something to make that stronger. And then I might even be able to, ooh, cracked. I might even be able to get rid of that tight skin. I just have to remember to keep this activated when I'm doing other things, because I just like, let everything go to Jello because I'm like busy doing other things, trying to keep my like asshole from like going inside out and stuff. Dude, it's really fucking smoky, Josh, over there. Are you sure? I've like watched that mountain disappear now. Open your fire map up. One. All right, let me go check my. I wish I could remember my one-liners because I never can remember
Out west,
them.
everything's really far away.
What?
I said out west, everything's really far away.
Yeah, I saw it.
There's a lot of stuff southeast, but
Do you think that if like I got a shower head that had a like neck on it, you couldn't put it in?
what?
If I got a shower head that had like the neck on it, you'd put it in?
Into here?
Yeah.
No, we're not allowed to change the shower.
Why?
But it's like this water saving.
You're not allowed to put a fucking hosed one on there so that like I could bathe my dog? We need to go over there and do the dog wash.
Yeah, I said the water hose is over there. I bought all the stuff to do it. So
What do you mean you bought all this stuff to do it?
I bought 2 buckets. I bought the soap specifically for the dog.
You did?
With zero like fragrance and any of that stuff. I got the rags. And yeah, I got the stuff.
Oh. We just need really a sponge. Sponge would be best to wash him with.
I also bought a whole pack of sponges.
Cool, a sponge would be best to wash him with, then I can get like around his eyes and stuff without
Sponges too, so like there's a whole brand new pack of sponges that's not
wasting
even-
shampoo.
It has 6 inside of it, so
Okay,
I think I got everything we need. We should be good.
cool. Thanks.
Yeah,
didn't even think
we
about
got
that
it
stuff.
A couple days ago, it's just we haven't done it yet. It was gonna be a wash the car at the same time deal, remember?
Yeah, I do. I just
Yeah.
didn't remember, like,
It's like
I didn't know you
wash-
got stuff.
Wash the car, we can wash the dog, we can all get sprayed off with water while it's super hot outside.
Not me.
It's like an ordeal, a thing we can do to cool off. It just hasn't really been that hot.
Yeah, it has. We've just been lazy. Alright, well, I need to go to the store. So. I'm gonna go to the store. Josh, I wish you didn't drink beer. So yeah, but like what if we took that shower head off and used the one we wanted and then put the one back before you move out?
I mean, they do inspections all the time.
Your homie would like not tell on you.
I mean, maybe, but I don't know. You're not supposed to touch it.
Yeah, well,
And then if it breaks, God forbid you break something,
then you just say it broke.
that was the thing the homie like it gave me as like a thing. He's like, you know, look, if it's something you're not supposed to mess with, don't, because if you do and then you break it, like they hold you responsible and they
Nuh-uh.
pay to replace
So what you say is, oh, well, there was just a little leak, so I just tried to fix that little leak by tightening this little bit right here, and it broke. That's the only thing that would break is something that twists on. So,
like, dude, as simple as, I'm not even kidding you, this cover for this light fixture, I'm not allowed to pull it down and get rid of the bugs. And the guy that pulled it down to get rid of the bugs, the whole fixture fell down. He was held responsible to replace the entire thing, which was like $160, and he had to pay for it. Just
Sure.
because he pulled the thing down
I don't believe it.
to clear the bugs out.
Don't believe it.
I mean, that's what my homie, the maintenance homie, was telling me. He's like, dude, don't do it.
I'm gonna.
Don't fucking touch
This
anything
thread's gonna
because
break.
They'll make you pay for it.
This is where it's gonna end up.
Again, keep in mind, it's a federally funded low income, right?
So what? Do you know how many people they get in here that absolutely trash the ever living crap out of these places, dude?
Yes.
Give me a break. You think those people pay? Nah.
They
And because it's government subsidized, you are held less liable. Government is held more liable.
The girl that moved back there, they tried to charge her like $3,800.
Oh, I'm sure they're gonna try to charge you out the wazoo
to
too.
repair the apartment.
Did you take photographs of everything that was like the dented the heating vent right there?
100%.
That specifically?
I take pictures of everything.
Did you take a picture of that heated vent
Before,
that's dented right there?
There were a bunch of burn marks in there.
Mm-hmm.
I've added a couple, but
Well,
there was a bunch in there.
I'm just keep
the
looking
vent
around at all the work I
specifically
know I'm
in
gonna
here,
have to do when you move
I took
out.
pictures of everything. I came in and there was nothing in here, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like I went around and like meticulously
What time is
photographed
it?
every
It's
square
too
inch.
late. Fuck, I need to go into town. What time is that store closed, Josh?
Which one?
Any of the 7-Eleven?
I mean, it fucking 2 in the morning.
Okay.
I don't know.
Alright.
A long time from now.
I'm gonna leave my phone here to charge while I run to the store. Guys, check out the stuff that I linked in the little thingy. I linked the weights that I'm using and
But I'm gonna sit on back for
what
1
else?
second,
The little stretchers that I got.
Elliot,
Dog.
sit on back for 1 second, okay?
And also the t-shirts that are my favorites. Alright, I'll be right back. You guys can hang here for a minute. the Empire State Building?
No, in GTA. No.
The San
Maze
Andreas.
Bank. Come here.
Oh, the Mellon Bank?
Come here, come here, come here, come here. I landed on top of Maze Bank.
Really freaking out.
In BMG Drive, I landed on top of Maze Bank. And I also broke my back.
That's a DeLorean, my friend. That's a John D. DeLorean.
Dad, I'm doing cartwheels in my car.
Child,
What?
child,
What?
child,
What?
child,
Listen.
child,
What?
child.
You
Hey,
gaslight.
weaponized cats. My great
You
grandfather.
did some gaslighting.
My great grandfather was Henry Clay Frick. You should look him up on YouTube. There's documentaries made about him. The Frick Museum in Manhattan, New York, and Philadelphia. That's my great grandfather. His daughter owned the one in Philadelphia. That was her house, and he owned the one in. He was in Manhattan. He was in Philadelphia. He got run out of Philadelphia. He gave the house to his daughter. His daughter took it over, turned it into a museum. He moved to Manhattan, became a Manhattan steel magnate of the like early 20s, and or like because he died I think in the 20s, but he like lived the last of his life there, and then his house got turned into a museum.
Nice try.
Stop roughhousing. Stop roughhousing. Stop roughhousing. Boys.
Fast. Well, tell Dad if you massage.
Josh and Elliot.
Down, right?
Stop
Yes.
roughhousing.
If you do the massage too quick, it's ticklish.
These fucking children. So how did it go?
Be sure. Nice job. That was good.
Everybody behaved while I was gone. That ride to the store sucked.
A wheelie trick. Oh no, one wheel trick.
I hate driving little distances like that for like no reason. Stupid little one things. I don't like just doing daily trips to the store. It is so redundant to me. I should put on like a documentary or something. God, this hand just has nowhere near the same strength as this one does. Yay. Skillisms.
Are you still on live?
Mm-hmm.
Was it live the whole time you were gone?
Mm-hmm.
Weird.
I left it muted though.
So wait a minute, it's been sitting in there live while you were gone?
Yeah, but I had it muted.
That whole time I was in here.
While I was gone, it was on, but I had it muted.
Sitting here?
Yep.
Oh my god.
Did you come in here and do anything ridiculous? No. Do it, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. Terry, we should figure out how to do like, I need to figure out how to do, now that I have a laptop, I need to figure out what it is that these people are using so that they can put pictures on the screen with the person. Like, so I could be doing my talking and I could be showing you the video, you know, that I want to like comment on. I don't know how to do that. I just don't know how to do it. It's very frustrating. I always had very big traps, like when I was a kid. My left one, I have to like really work for to get it. But they're not really so big anymore. I guess they are kind of big. They're getting there. Wow, they are really sticking out even when I'm just like normal. They are getting big, aren't they? Damn.
This hurts my soul.
Nice. Streamlabs. Is that like StreamYard thing? Because I tried to use Streamlabs on the laptop. I mean on the phone, and it was bad news bears. The only problem is that if I use some app like that, I have to use the laptop computer camera. I applied this morning. YouTube notified me that there was like a bunch of different companies on YouTube that like work with. It's like affiliate, I guess, kind of like TikTok Shop, same thing. YouTube has the same thing like TikTok Shop. They'll give you samples or whatever. Hold on, I'll be right there. They'll give you samples or whatever. So there was like 12 companies that wanted to give me samples or whatever, wanted me to apply for samples. So I applied to see if I would get that shit for free. So if so, I applied for a couple of things that are like exercise related, and maybe that'll work. Yeah, I do. Oh, I do. But so the thing is that I'm honestly not trying to like really work out and get super buff. I'm honestly trying to develop enough dopamine so that I am not suicidal, and also develop the muscles that I need on this side, because this side is completely underdeveloped and painful. I'm not doing that, no sir. Oh no no no. Oh no 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 no.
I'm giving up for once.
What? I don't want to do that. No. Absolutely not. No. Not so. Absolutely not. No, I don't care. No, absolutely not.
You treat all of this?
That's not true at all.
No, it 100%.
That's perfect.
No, it's not. This mushroom is one. It's you really know.
Do you know what it is?
All I know is that it doesn't bruise everything. And the guy that I get, he could. We're not a good shot at what we
You paid for it?
Nope.
So you just got free.
All you told me is like, dude, be careful. Don't take much of this. It's really strong.
You just said you could take the whole thing and you're fine.
Well, because this is like a tenth of the entire thing.
So,
So yeah, just if you
why
like.
not more? Absolutely not. It never makes out alcohol problems. It defeats the whole purpose. That doesn't matter. No, I know about microdosing.
That would
Josh, how do you think I became who I am when I had my video and everything? All those regulations happened? No, I can't do that. No, those, I, that makes me sick. That would make me sick. I don't worry, I will. I'm not stupid. Okay? Anyway, that I won't. No, I know. I appreciate it. No, thank you. I don't do that at all.
snaps you right out of
Oh yeah, no, thank you. I super duper appreciate that. I don't imbibe. Thank you. I pass. Josh offered me a couple beers. Hey Josh! Hey Josh! Hey Josh! Hey Josh! Hey Josh!
What?
Where'd the Maker's Mark come from?
What Maker's
There's
Mark?
like 4 empty bottles of Maker's Mark in the cabinet up there.
It's been up there for like 4 years, dude.
You were drinking Maker's Mark, Joshua?
Yeah, that when I was back drinking Dr. Pepper, yeah. I didn't get, wasn't drinking beer. I would be like, yeah.
Well, that's just good for your fucking your sick liver.
Dr. Pepper.
That's
but
great for you.
I don't
Great
drink
job.
either one anymore, right?
Great job, Josh. Great job, Josh.
Ultra light beer. Yeah, that was years ago.
Well, don't do that again.
Like years ago.
Don't do that again. Just don't. That'd be so great.
Do what?
If you just don't ever do that again.
Do what?
Maker's Mark.
What's wrong with Maker's Mark?
It's liquor. You shouldn't drink liquor, Josh.
It's whiskey.
You shouldn't drink liquor, period, end of story. You shouldn't drink beer at all, but especially liquor.
That's, I mean,
Do you not remember what the doctor told you?
No, no doctor's ever told me anything, and yet I've never had an issue with drinking liquor.
I know you haven't.
Hate it.
I know that. That's why I'm saying it was always really great. The fact that your liver's in such good shape is because you never really had a penchant for alcohol like that.
The reason my liver is in
Good
decent
shape, the way, yeah.
Because I took vitamin A palmitate.
That's damaging your liver. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm talking about. When we were going to the stomach doctor, when you had your thingy taken out, and when you had that really bad, someone's at the back door. When you had that really bad fucking situation, you were in the hospital for like 3 days. Oh, it's the lady. She's taking a picture of the Wisteria. Anyway, so when you were in the hospital for like 3 days and you had your shit cut out, and that's when they said they looked at your liver, they did all kinds of things, and they said that yeah, okay, you know, like they could see some damage from when you had to take that vitamin A as a kid and all that stuff. And they said that at the time, that was like, oh, well, he has, he drinks because his liver's in great shape, considering, that fact. And then I was like, yeah, but he's never really had a thing for alcohol. Like, he doesn't drink liquor. He's never really liked liquor. And the doctor said, well, that's a really good thing, and that you've saved yourself, significant. But it's also been 10 years now. So you should definitely, if you're going to, do stuff, you should at the very least be making sure that your body is okay so that you can know when to like cut back or, when to just keep things the way they are.
Yeah, get liver enzyme test done, and that's.
Yeah, but when was the last time you did it?
What, just like 2 years ago?
That's a long time.
Well, so that's
And it's been longer than that.
5 years I'm supposed to do it.
It's been longer than that, and no, it's way more than that. My doctor makes me get my liver enzymes done
My
once a
hair
year.
is holding my hair.
Yeah, that's how I'm supposed to do it. Your hair's getting long enough to do that. You're supposed to do it every year,
Can I have
Josh.
an ice cream?
There's no ice cream. We didn't go to the
Should
dollar
add
store.
some.
I didn't. Your dad went to the dollar store. I didn't.
Did he?
Yeah, you
Dad,
guys
did
went
you
yesterday.
go to the
You
dollar
guys went yesterday.
I didn't replace the ice cream Mom was gonna
Yeah, because I didn't go anywhere yesterday. But I mean, if you,
got that.
I would love to replace the ice cream, but I'm not leaving the house again.
I wanted to get a little more frozen like it was. Get it out in like 10 or 20 minutes.
Well, in 20 minutes it's to be frozen solid.
Well, about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
In 10 minutes, wrap it up and lickety split.
Dude, so like I just feel like I have to do this thing forever because like I feel where my back has been bothering me for like literally 15 years. I feel this exercise like working that muscle and actually like I'm noticing a huge difference in my body even since yesterday when I discovered that one exercise. Let me do that one till failure.
Then it gets a little inappropriate after that.
Well, it's still the frozen. There we go.
My abs are so sore. I did Pilates today and it fucked my abs. Plus I've been doing these. Elliot, will you bring me the tablet or the charger for the laptop, please? Will you bring me the laptop charger?
Marshall, stop. Yes or no question. Can you help her or no? The laptop
It's at the foot of the bed.
giant block.
It's at the foot of the
The
bed.
cord going
Dude,
up.
my tailbone's not sticking out farther than my butt muscles now.
Besides in your lap.
My tailbone usually sticks out further than my butt does. Because I have no butt. Only back. But like right now, if I tighten my glutes, I can feel my tailbone is actually like tucked in where it's supposed to be. This is crazy weird, man. It's interesting to see how much results I'm seeing in such a short time. Like usually it takes a little bit longer to start noticing like actual visible results. And I guess because I was kind of like on the edge of being in shape, that even just goofing around is making some kind of a difference.
Did you just say
I literally was about to ask that.
This is Josh Dang.
It sounded like Josh dang it.
Josh Dang.
Either way, don't say either one of those, please.
Why?
Because, Elliot, it's vulgar speech.
Josh Dang. The cops are chasing me and I'm going 90
Holy moly.
Did you guys hear that Cheadle resigned?
per hour in a 20,000-year-old.
The director of the Secret Service resigned today, one day after admitting the assassination attempt on Donald Trump was the agency's most significant operational failure in decades. As CBS's Scott McFarlane reports, Kimberly Cheadle drew sharp criticism from both parties.
10 days after the
Oh, yeah, of
historic
course.
failure in Butler, Pennsylvania, Kimberly Cheadle resigned as U.S. Secret Service Director, writing to colleagues, "This incident does not define us," and that she didn't want to be a distraction. In a statement, President Biden said Cheadle had shown incredible integrity.
I take full responsibility for any security lapse.
In graphic body camera footage from local police in the aftermath of the assassination attempt, agents could be seen standing over the bloody body.
Beaver County sniper seen and sent the pictures out. This is him. Okay.
Investigators also sought access to a drone.
More revelations today. The Pennsylvania State Police Commissioner revealed 2 local police snipers were posted with a view of the roof used by the gunman, but left their posts to search for him, and that a local officer came face to face with the shooter minutes before the gunman pulled the trigger.
It was minutes. It was a very short period of time, even for his ability.
But not seconds.
I would say minutes.
Despite that encounter and rally goers pointing out Thomas Crooks on the roof, he was still able to open fire, killing 1 and wounding 3 others, including former President Donald Trump, who posted on social media, "The Biden-Harris administration did not properly protect me." For John Abel, who was seated steps from Trump in the podium, the resignation was warranted.
I think it's kind of a slap in the face for everybody who was there that their safety was put on the line from their lack of competence.
An acting Secret Service Director, Ron Rowe, will now lead the agency. In the meantime, the U.S. House has launched a bipartisan task force to investigate the assassination attempt, with the Secret Service's own review, Nora, due in about 2 months.
Scott McFarlane, thank you very much.
As the investigation into the assassination attempt against former President Donald Trump ramps up, the director of the Secret Service has resigned.
Her exit comes just a day after she was hammered by lawmakers on Capitol Hill. Fox's Rebecca Castor has the latest from Washington.
Ma'am.
Welcome to part 1 of our Most Corrupt Series episode on Joseph Biden. For his entire political career, he has been a resident of Delaware, and after a very few years as an attorney, he has spent the last 5 decades in public office as a U.S. Senator, Vice President, and currently President. Biden has had a colorful, if not that remarkable, career. Who is Joe Biden? What does his life say about his character? What has he accomplished, if anything, during his political career? Hello, I'm Colin Heaton, military veteran, historian, author, and welcome to this episode of Forgotten History. Joseph Robinette Biden Jr. was born on November 20th, 1942, and grew up for a short time in the city of Scranton, Pennsylvania.
November what?
But the family moved to Delaware, and he never returned. He still likes to claim that Joseph Robinette Biden Jr. was born on November 20th, 1942,
Libra.
and grew up for a short time in the city of Scranton, Pennsylvania.
No Libra.
But the family moved to Delaware, and he never returned. He still likes to claim that he is a Scranton boy, although many of the locals do not claim him. His siblings are Valerie Biden Owens, James B. Jim Biden, and Francis William Biden. His father, Joseph Biden Sr., worked cleaning furnaces and later worked as a used car salesman. His mother was Catherine Eugenia Jean Finnegan. Biden attended St. Paul's Elementary School in Scranton, but in 1955, the family moved to Mayfield, Delaware, when he was 13 years old. Biden struggled with a stutter as a child, and kids gave him the nicknames of Dash and Joe Impedimenta. After high school, Biden attended the University of Delaware, studied history, political science, and he claimed he played football. However, during a campaign stop in Athens, Ohio in October 2012, then Vice President Joe Biden said the last time he was in town, he was playing against the Ohio University football team in 1963, and that he almost got arrested for walking to a girl's dormitory. The fact is, he never played for his college football team, although his official biography still has that claim. But he did develop an interest in politics during these years, primarily by the election of John F. Kennedy in 1961. He met his first wife, Nylia Hunter, also a Syracuse University student, while on vacation in the Bahamas. After graduating from Delaware in 1965, he was accepted to Syracuse University Law School and married Hunter in 1966. Biden was a mediocre student at best, and did not have an impressive academic resume throughout college, and this substandard performance followed him into law school. During his first year in law school, he failed a course for failing to properly cite a reference to a law review article. After graduation from law school in 1968, where he barely survived, Biden moved to Wilmington, Delaware, to practice law as a public defender, and was an active member of the Democratic Party. He was elected to the Newcastle County Council in 1970, where he served as councilman. Then Biden started his own law firm in 1971. Biden and his wife Nylia had 3 children: Joseph Beau, born in 1969, Robert Hunter, born in 1970, and Naomi Amy, born in 1971.
Wow, that's hard.
In 1972, the Delaware Democratic Party encouraged Biden, then 29 years old, to run against the Republican incumbent J. Caleb Boggs for the United States Senate. Biden's campaign was managed by his family members, and his sister, Valerie Biden Owens, was his campaign manager. His brothers and both parents also campaigned for him. Biden won in an upset to become the 6th youngest U.S. senator elected in American history. Just before Christmas in 1972, Biden's wife and 3 children were involved in a fatal car accident while shopping for a Christmas tree. His wife and daughter were killed, and sons Beau and Hunter were badly injured. To his
Sounds
credit,
like someone made
Biden
a
did not attend the
sacrifice.
swearing-in ceremony for new senators in Washington, as he wanted to be near his 2 surviving sons and prepare for the services for his wife and daughter. Instead, he took the oath of office from his son's hospital room. This was when Biden decided to continue to live in Wilmington and commute to and from Washington each day using the Amtrak train, which he continued to do during his time in the Senate. After Congress failed to ratify the SALT II Treaty signed in 1979 by Soviet General Secretary Leonid Brezhnev and President Jimmy Carter, Biden met with Soviet Foreign Minister Andrei Gromyko. They addressed the concerns that Americans had, and Biden worked with Gromyko and secured changes that addressed the Senate Foreign Relations Committee's objections. Getting back to his relationship, according to Biden, he met teacher Jill Tracy Stevenson, née Jacobs, in 1975, supposedly on a blind date, according to their mutual story. However, it has surfaced that they were having an affair, as Jill was married to Delaware business owner Bill Stevenson at that time. Jill filed for divorce and wanted the house of the settlement, which was contested by Stevenson on the provable grounds of adultery. Stevenson stated that Joe's brother, Francis Biden, paid him a personal visit and threatened him after the divorce, which Stevenson won. Joe and Jill were married at the United Nations Chapel in New York on June 17, 1977. But, according to Stevenson, who stated, Frankie Biden of the Biden crime family comes up to me and goes, "Give Jill the house, or you're going to have serious problems." I looked at Frankie and I said, "Please, are you threatening me?" And needless to say, about 2 months later, my brother and I were indicted for that tax charge for $8,200. It should be noted that while Hunter Biden was charged with 2 misdemeanor counts for $2.2 million in unpaid taxes coming from entities by the Obama and Clinton-appointed members of the Internal Revenue Service and Department of Justice, Stevenson and his brother were charged with 2 felonies over $8,200 in unpaid taxes in a personal vendetta by Joe Biden. We will revisit Biden's use of federal agencies for personal gain later in Part 2, as it was apparent, even at that time, Biden was willing to use his federal office for a personal agenda against other people. In the mid-1970s, Biden was one of the Senate's strongest opponents of race integration busing. His Delaware constituents strongly opposed it, and such opposition nationwide later led his party to mostly abandon school integration policies. Biden admitted that he and Hillary Clinton had been mentored by West Virginia Senator and former Ku Klux Klan Figel, or recruiter, Robert C. Byrd, who filibustered against both the Voting Rights and Civil Rights Acts in the 1960s during the Lyndon B. Johnson administration. Biden himself has stated that he was opposed to forced busing because he did not want his kids living in a racial jungle, a sentiment expressed by his wealthy Democrat supporters, especially in Delaware. He opposed a constitutional amendment banning busing entirely as long as it was used in the South or other places not affecting himself or his voting constituents. During the first Democratic primary debate in 2019, Kamala Harris brought up Biden's harsh opposition to busing as a means of integrating schools in the 1970s. In 1976, Biden supported a measure forbidding the use of federal funds for transporting students beyond the school closest to them to enforce integration. There was backlash, and in 1977 he co-sponsored an amendment by closing the loopholes in that measure, which was signed into law by President James Carter in 1978. This would not be the first time Biden would change his official position on an important topic if it meant that he could sway votes and stay in power by pandering to those who he felt could benefit him. Biden softened on his segregation mentality.
Please try and remember Orly does not like that
in later
shit.
life denounced his years in the Klan and being supported in his political career by the KKK, and he apologized for his involvement. Biden, seeing the political winds, went after the Reagan administration, in particular Secretary of State George Shultz, at a Senate hearing regarding the administration's support of South Africa, which was anti-communist and dealing with communist-supported terrorists despite its continued policy of apartheid. When Biden was chairman of the Senate Judiciary Committee in 1987, Biden displayed his severe partisanship and was credited with Supreme Court nominee Robert Bork's failing to be confirmed. Biden, along with Senator Edward Kennedy from Massachusetts, also opposed Clarence Thomas's Supreme Court nomination, where he took some heat regarding accusations made by Anita Hill, who accused Thomas of making unwanted sexual advances. In 1987, Biden decided to run for the U.S. presidency, but dropped out of the Democratic primary after it was shown that he had plagiarized a part of a speech given by British Labour Party leader Neil Kinnock.
He quit because
Biden
he got caught
has also made several
plagiarizing.
false claims that he had earned 3
Nobody
degrees in
remembered
college,
by the time
that
he
he
ran in
attended law school on a
2020.
full scholarship, and that he graduated in the top half of his class. None of that was true. He also claimed that he had
Elliot,
marched against the
that's
rights movement,
enough.
which was a lie. The news services and fact checkers blew it all in the
All right,
open.
if you can't
And on
stop
September
gagging,
23rd,
you're so sick you
1987,
need to turn off the
Biden
game.
withdrew
Let's
his
go.
candidacy
Lay down,
saying
go to
that
bed.
he had been overrun
Let's
by
lay down and go to bed.
Please. We will
Go lay
revisit
down.
this commonly
Go to
repeated
bed.
theme later as
Turn
well
off the game. Go to
in
bed.
part 2.
Go to bed.
Biden had been suffering from
I
severe
get it,
headaches
baby. Go to
during his
bed.
campaign, and after dropping out in 1988, it was discovered that he had 2 life-threatening brain aneurysms requiring surgery. Complications from the surgery created blood clots in his lungs, requiring another surgery. Biden was unable to work in the Senate for 7 months. Biden also served as chairman of the Committee on Foreign Relations for several years. His many foreign policy positions included advocating for strategic arms limitation with the Soviet Union, promoting peace and stability in the Balkans, expanding NATO to include former Soviet bloc nations, and opposing the First Gulf War at the beginning of Operation Desert Shield in 1990, followed by Operation Desert Storm in January 1991. Biden voted against authorization for the Gulf War in 1991, citing that 45 of the 55 Democratic senators in
The dog is
opposition.
getting something in the
His
kitchen.
concern was that the U.S. was bearing almost all
Where's
the military
Orly?
financial burden in the United Nations coalition force. In 1993,
Okay.
Biden voted for a provision that
Sounds
decided
like
that
he's in the
homosexuality
kitchen.
was incompatible with military life, violating the Uniform Code of Military Justice, which banned gays from serving in the armed forces. If homosexuals were discovered serving in uniform, they were liable to be court-martialed until President Bill Clinton introduced the Don't Ask, Don't Tell policy. Subsequently, Biden voted for the Defense of Marriage Act in 1996, which prohibited the federal government from recognizing same-sex marriages, thereby barring individuals in such marriages from equal protection under federal law and allowing states to do the same. In 2015, that act was ruled unconstitutional in Obergefell v. Hodges. However, while in the Obama administration as vice president, he again changed his position, flip-flopping on that subject, and ran for president on the pro-same-sex marriage platform. As president today, in a total 180-degree turn from his previous position, he bowed to the woke collective who supported him, and now he supports not only same-sex marriage, but also gays openly serving in the military, as well as transgender persons.
What do you got?
In addition
What
to
do you
foreign
got?
policy,
Oh, you got
Biden
your
was an outspoken
toy.
proponent of tougher crime laws,
your
and
toy.
in 1994, during the
You're such a
Clinton
good
administration,
boy.
he
I
sponsored
love you
the
so
Violent Crime
much.
Control and Law Enforcement Act, to add 100,000 police officers, a ban on assault weapons, which liberals are never able to define, and increased sentences for a host of crimes. One provision was the habitual offender argument, better known as the Three Strikes Law, which incarcerated hundreds of thousands of people, especially minorities, for even a small legal infraction. Some states already had habitual offender laws, but Biden supported increasing the role of the United States Department of Justice's anti-violence strategy. These laws require a person who was convicted of an offense and who has one or two other previous serious convictions to serve a mandatory life sentence in prison, with or without parole, depending upon the jurisdiction and if the crimes were violent in nature. The Violent Crime Control and Law Enforcement Act was passed with bipartisan support in April 1994 and was originally written by Senator Joe Biden. Many liberals complain today that the law disparaged minorities, especially blacks who were serving life sentences, and Democratic states followed the administration's position and enhanced their own provisions. According to the ACLU, following passage of the federal crime bill, incarceration rates continued to climb for an additional 14 years. First, the 1994 crime bill gave the federal stamp of approval for states to pass even more tough-on-crime laws. By 1994, all states had passed at least one mandatory minimum law, but the 1994 crime bill encouraged even more punitive laws and harsher practices on the ground, including by prosecutors and police to lock up more people and for longer periods of time. This increase in punishments also increased the growth industry of private prisons, which contracted with the various states. The companies that owned these operations sent their lobbyists to Washington, D.C. and contributed heavily to Democrats' re-election campaigns, including Biden. Biden in recent years has apologized for that law, which put so many potential Democrat voters in prison for very long sentences. But that only came after he again switched his position on crime, due to the rise of the domestic terror groups Black Lives Matter, Antifa, and the unhinged and unfounded outcry claiming systemic racism against minorities. Biden was critical of independent counsel Ken Starr's investigations during the 1990s, covering the Whitewater and Monica Lewinsky scandals plaguing the Clinton administration. He voted to acquit President Clinton during the impeachment proceedings. Biden stated, "It's going to be a cold day in hell before another independent counsel would be granted similar powers." That was before he became president, where he needed his attorney general, the ineffective, corrupt, and incompetent Merrick Garland, to involve himself in appointing various independent counsels to protect him, his son Hunter, and the Biden crime family. Before the start of the Yugoslav Civil War, as tensions were increasing, Biden held a tense 3-hour meeting with Serbian leader Slobodan Milosevic in April 1993. Again, to his credit, Biden worked on several versions of legislative language urging the U.S. toward greater involvement. Biden has rightly considered his role in the Balkans crisis as his proudest moment in public life regarding foreign policy. In 1999, during the Kosovo War, Biden supported the 1999 NATO bombings, and he, with Senator John McCain, co-sponsored the McCain-Biden Kosovo resolution, which called on Clinton to use all necessary force, including ground troops, to confront Milosevic over Yugoslav actions toward ethnic Albanians in Kosovo. Biden was a strong supporter of the war in Afghanistan, saying, "Whatever it takes, we should do it." As head of the Senate Foreign Relations Committee, he said in 2002 that Iraqi President Saddam Hussein was, quote, "a threat to national security, and there was no other option than to eliminate that threat." In October 2002, as one of the most vocal hawks on Capitol Hill, he voted in favor of the authorization for use of military force against Iraq, approving the U.S. invasion. By late 2006, Biden's stance had changed, and he completely reversed his previous opinions. He opposed the troop surge of 2007, saying General David Petraeus was dead flat wrong in believing the surge could work, but Biden was wrong. In part 2, we will dive deeper into Joseph Biden's political past, his involvement in foreign policy, as well as the many accusations of sexual advances, sexual assault, and then later we will continue with the ongoing impeachment proceeding and the continuing saga of the Biden crime family's operations. Thanks for watching today's episode of Forgotten History. If you like this episode, please consider becoming a channel member or joining our Patreon page. This would help us offset the ever-increasing cost of production. As always, please like, share, and comment. And if you have any show ideas, please
Buddy,
contact
mommy's
us.
not a
We'll
rough
get back to you as soon
houser.
as possible.
You guys need
Until
to
next
stop.
time.
Seriously, Josh, that's enough.
You know that sign you guys have had
It's time for you to get off the game and go take
you know
a
that
bath.
sign you've had for years? Look. Look.
Little man cave, no girls allowed except mommy.
Here, hang that up on your wall in the kitchen.
Okay. Little man
Colorado.
cave.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'm going to continue down that vein. You have been here sitting today, Director Cheadle, definitively able to dismiss erroneous information and speculation. However, you are refusing to answer questions that we now know that you have the information for. You are saying that you are wanting to answer questions that the Secret Service has information to. Well, ma'am, you are the Secret Service. You are the director. You have said that you are the best for the job. So, I'm going to ask you some questions now knowing that you do have answers from the FBI, who you have been passing the buck to this entire day. And I'll start with something that, maybe the FBI doesn't know because it has to do with you personally. You said you spoke with President Trump after the assassination attempt. And I want to know, did you apologize to him directly for nearly having President Trump killed?
Yes, I did.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that you recognize that this was your failure. Now, since the assassination attempt, you are under oath, reminding you, have you communicated with anyone at the White House on an encrypted messaging app like Signal? Yes or no?
No, I have not.
Are you willing to surrender your personal phone for analysis?
If I am required to do so.
Okay. I will look into making that request because I would like to see your personal phone to see if you're communicating over encrypted messaging apps. Have you ever turned down enhanced security requests from Donald Trump's detail, his special agent in charge, Sean Curran? You ever turned that down?
No, I have not.
Have there been, has your team, has the Secret Service? Maybe not you personally.
I believe, as I mentioned earlier, there are times when requests are made for
And you
assets,
have denied them. They have been denied.
and a denial doesn't
Has the Trump
necessarily
campaign
mean-
made requests for additional assets that have been denied?
Denial doesn't mean vulnerability.
Have there been additional requests for enhanced security at Mar-a-Lago?
We have made a number of enhancements to.
You confirmed that there were bomb sniffing dogs that were provided. You failed to confirm if there were aerial security surveillance assets that were provided. So yes or no? Was that provided?
At the rally?
At the rally, yes, ma'am.
We had Overwatch provided at the rally.
You've confirmed that the assassin was identified as suspicious 57 minutes prior to the shooting. Was the suspicious individual ever approached by an agent? Was any contact ever made with him?
Not to my knowledge.
Is that the standard protocol for someone who is identified as suspicious?
The protocol would be
What do you
to
got,
locate the
Mel?
individual. And
you said that he was located 2 to 5 times approximately?
No, I said that the information was passed potentially somewhere between 2 to 5.
And he was never located by an agent?
To my knowledge, that individual was not located by an agent.
We have dozens of rally goers who have identified him, and not one agent on the ground. There are many agents on the ground. Local law enforcement, Secret Service. No one was able to identify him and have sights on and see him.
What I'm saying is that the agents that were on the ground at the time, I have no knowledge that they were able to interview him or locate him.
Thank you. Was there a local law enforcement officer who approached the roof and saw the shooter and saw that he was present on the roof?
That is the information that has been shared with
Have
me.
you spoke to that local law enforcement officer?
No, I have not.
Are you going to?
It is part of a criminal investigation that the FBI is interviewing those individuals.
Were agents stationed on the water tower?
No.
Why?
That would not be something that would be included in a security plan.
Has a man who is reported to have been present wearing a gray suit who allegedly requested a photo of the dead body of the assassin on top of the AGR roof been identified?
I don't have that information.
Is that something that you've heard of?
No.
Were ATF agents present at the rally?
To attend or to work?
To work.
Not to my knowledge.
How long did the counter sniper have crooks in his sights before the shooter opened fire on President Trump?
I don't have that specific timeline.
Will you be able to tell us if he communicated with other agents on what he was seeing through his sights?
Can I help
Once
you,
I have
sir?
that-
Get off the computer!
Because
permission.
you excuse the
Go,
roof
that way.
being
Go,
unmanned
that way.
because of the slope. Do you
Go.
stand by that assertion?
Go, Orly, come
The
on.
roof was not covered
Go.
with an
Hold.
individual on it because
Josh,
there was
hold on.
Overwatch provided.
Apparently not. No, there was no Overwatch provided. This is very evident. President
He
Trump
can get one of
was
those
shot.
treats
I mean,
in the refrigerator,
there
Elliot.
was no oversight.
You can
provided.
give him a couple
But
of
I
those
find this
treats in the
rather
refrigerator.
maddening, especially now knowing that you do have answers from the FBI, who you have been passing the buck
There
to
is
this
treats
entire
in a
hearing,
Ziploc
not
in the
answering
fridge.
a congressional hearing, members of Congress, while you are under oath and under a subpoena. I find it maddening that the director, that our country has come centimeters away from oblivion under your watch. You have answers. You are refusing to give those to us, directing us to the FBI. And this entire thing is a waste of time. You are responsible for the loss of a life and the shooting that took place on President Trump. You do need to resign. This is bipartisan. You need to be fired. You do not need to hold this position. You are not the best for this job. I am over my time, but
Hey,
I
baby,
cannot
please,
tolerate
no.
your watch any longer, and I'm going to continue to call daily for you to be removed from
2
your
or 3
position,
is
ma'am.
fine.
Chair recognized Mr. Fry from South Carolina.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Recognizes Mr. Burleson from Missouri.
Director Cheadle, I just want to kind of get an idea of what you can answer, because outside of what the FBI is responsible for, you have full responsibility for the Department of Secret Service. So the question is, what is the mission? Who defines the mission?
Our mission of the Secret Service is to protect the president, the vice president, their immediate families, presidential candidates, the former presidents, and those by executive order. And we also have an investigative mission.
And those are well defined.
Yes.
Everyone within the agency understands the mission.
Yes, they do.
What about protocols and standards? Who defines the protocols and standards?
We have a number of protocols and policies in place for the various missions that we have.
So would it be safe to say that you failed the mission, the ultimate mission?
I have stated repeatedly here today that there was a failure.
What about specific failures within protocols and guidelines within the agency?
Again, I am certain that the investigation that is being conducted internally as well as the external investigation.
You said earlier in the hearing that there was either a communication, there was errors in communication or in operations. Could it be both? In both errors in operational decisions and errors in communications?
Nope. Orly, come on.
I think the
Right here and sit.
investigation
Come here, sit. Now lay down.
both.
So I want to talk about communications.
Lay down right there.
Representative
Lay down
Golden
right
asked
there.
earlier about
Lay
using
down.
encrypted apps.
Lay down
that
next
you
to
said
mommy.
you've not
Come on, lay
used,
down.
I guess, Signal.
Here, lay down.
Have you used any encrypted app to communicate from your personal device?
I do on occasion.
He wants to lay on this.
To communicate.
Mom, when you're done with that, I want you to
so
come
you
here.
use-
This is hilarious.
Some form of encrypted app to communicate with people within the federal government?
You might even
With
want to
local law
come here
enforcement?
now. Bring the
Who are
camera.
you communicating using encrypted apps?
Many times it's with colleagues and associates.
So you're communicating with colleagues on a personal device?
There are times that the Secret Service, when we work internationally with some of our partners, that they
What
don't
is
have
that?
the same texting capability.
Give me that. Feather.
You're not able to do that with your government issued device.
Recently, we have been able to install some of those apps on government devices.
Where's his bone?
Okay.
Hold on, Elliot. I'm trying to keep
Let's
him
talk
from
about some of the things that we can get access to. I'm actually shocked that you are using your personal device,
Look,
encrypted
your bone.
communication tools. I think that might be the most shocking thing that I've heard today. I didn't expect for you to say that.
I know how he wants a new bone is what it is.
We have requested, this committee has
No,
requested multiple documents. This is not, under the
You're
purview of
gonna
the
need
FBI,
to
this
go
is under
ahead
your
and get off
purview.
of that.
We requested a complete list of all law enforcement personnel, including Secret Service, Department of Homeland Security, local law enforcement with the roles of protecting the president. And we requested that for us to receive that by July 18th. Did you provide that?
You've got 5 more
I believe
minutes
our
on the
agencies
game
are in
and then it's
process of
gonna be time to
collecting
get in the
all
bath.
So you have not provided it. How long does it take to determine who the personnel were that were on site?
We are collecting a comprehensive list
Orally.
of all the documents that have been requested.
We also requested all the audio and video recordings that your agency,
Dude!
your agency has in possession related to that. Did we receive those? Have you provided those at all?
We are in the process of collecting all documentation requested.
You're in the process, but you have not. Any memorandums or any internal communications related to the event? We requested that you provide that. Have you provided any of that?
We are in the process of collecting the information that has been requested.
Okay. So when can we expect to receive these documents? How long does it take to determine who was on site, who was being employed to be there to protect the former president? When can we expect that? How many days does it take to provide that information?
We want to make sure that we have a comprehensive accounting of all of the documents that were engaged in that day, and we will make them available as soon as possible.
I think transparency is the key here. It's shocking to me that we are communicating in a encrypted app to colleagues. I'm almost certain that violates some federal laws.
I would like to clarify, you didn't ask me whether my communications were government work related or whether they were personally related.
You're communicating with
I don't
colleagues.
communicate government business with a colleague on a personal device. I communicate on my work device.
Are you using an encrypted device on your work device?
I am not.
No encrypted apps.
No, I do not.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Chair now recognizes Mr. Waltz from Florida.
Orly, you're not going back out to do a bunch of playing. I can make you a fancy dinner here in a minute, yes.
This is Mr. Langworthy from New York.
Thank you very much, Mr.
Who wants
Chairman, and I
dinner?
appreciate you bringing this hearing forward with subpoena. Director, yesterday I made the decision to get my car and drive to Butler, Pennsylvania in preparation for this moment and asking you questions about the events of the assassination attempt on President Trump's life. I've done several presidential events prior in my career, and I wanted to see the site with my own two eyes because I don't believe that video footage tells the whole story or looking at things on a diagram. And I was absolutely appalled when I went to the site, when I saw the fact that I could have stood on the roof of that building, the AGR building, and hit that podium with a 9-iron, and I'm a lousy golfer. And the fact that that was not included in the perimeter is a complete dereliction of the duty of the U.S. Secret Service. I mean, there are
Orly, get off the computer!
to be secured.
Baba!
And the fact that the Secret
Come on,
Service,
get out of here.
they were
Now,
putting
cut it
site
out. Go on,
did
go.
not think it
Out.
was necessary to man those rooftops.
Orly, seriously, dude.
You
Come
have
on,
completely
man.
walked away from your duties. You had one job, and that's to protect the future president of the United States, or to protect all of the other protectees. And President Trump is only here today by God's grace, because he had just something in him that made him turn his head just slightly, or we would be in a natural period of time.
All right, watch out, Josh. Watch out, Josh. It's dinner time.
What?
It's dinner time.
Dinner time? It's like almost
For the
9
dog.
p.m.
For the dog.
So what am I supposed to do?
Just move out of the kitchen for like 10 minutes.
Then I think that the assassination attempt. This is literally.
You can leave it all there. You can leave it all there.
Yeah, but
You have offered no reason for this committee, this body, or the American people to trust you or the Secret Service. And you should resign. You have said that you put new security measures in place after the assassination attempt. Can you tell us what those are? Because the American people want to know that you're taking real corrective measures. But today you've pointed to an investigation. Investigation or not, you still have a job to do with a zero-fail mission. Well, so far there's been absolutely no accountability, and you've admitted that here today. Not one person's been suspended. Not one person's been put on a desk. Meanwhile, we've got the most contentious of elections in our nation's history.
No, baseball, the engine is too weak. That's the problem.
How to look sexy. The most important muscles to train.
Get a better engine, that's
okay, so go put better. I don't know how to do that, right? That's what I'm telling you. I don't know how to do that.
But what if I don't want to be sexy? Men find everything sexy though.
You ready to get mind blown? There's growing speculation that Michelle Obama might run for the presidency instead of Joe Biden in the upcoming election. With Biden facing declining approval ratings and concerns about his age, the Democratic Party may seek a charismatic and popular figure to rally support. Michelle Obama, with her significant public profile and media presence, represents a potential candidate who could unify the party and attract attention. Patrick Bet David went on the Tucker Carlson podcast and they discussed the topic and both laid out how terrifying such a possibility might be. But before I go on with the video, watch this clip.
To me, a part of it, when they're looking at Kamala or Biden, that's their favorite types of candidates. They don't like RFKs.
But she's not, I mean, I think it's fair to say, she's not electable on her own.
No, she's not.
So if you had to get her out of the
rice.
way, Biden obviously incapacitated by mental decline, Kamala repugnant as a person, how do you fix that?
For this or 2028? For
this?
There's only one person who can do it. Only one person. Who? It's only Michelle. There's nobody else who can do it. Let's play it out. Okay, let's play it out.
You don't think she's more disgusting?
No. To the left, she is the number one person on the leaders bulletin. She's the number one draft pick for the left. Maybe even ahead of Newsom. Michelle. If you bring Michelle in, it's easy. It's a very easy fit to bring her in. The question becomes, does Michelle want to be a VP? Is her ego a VP person?
She's never had a real job in her life. She's, sorry?
This is Michelle?
Yeah, Michelle. Okay. She's like, has nothing in common with any American.
I love how this topic's getting attention that it deserves because if not in 2024, the left definitely has her running for presidency in the plans in the future. This whole debate all started when former Republican presidential candidate Vivek Ramaswamy argued that the left has the option to run with Michelle for this year's elections, since Biden was and still is performing terribly with all the major polls. By the way, do subscribe for more discussions like this. Just think about it, she checks all the boxes on diversity, wokeness, and being a rock star when it comes to pushing the radical left ideology. However, David Axelrod, who was a former advisor to Barack Obama, said in an interview to CNN, Michelle Obama's not someone who likes politics. I'd be floored if she would consent to that. They feel that they gave 10 years of their life to this, but I'm here to tell you that David and all the people who share a similar sentiment to him are wrong. Because if Michelle didn't like politics too much, why is she still active on this front? Since the Obamas left the White House, they've been constantly promoting the woke leftist agenda on a worldwide scale through paid speeches, their movie studio, and the books they publish. Just watch this next clip to see how Tucker exposes this.
So she's never had a real job in her life. She's, sorry?
This is Michelle?
Yeah, Michelle.
Okay.
She's like, has nothing in common with any American. She's nasty. She's a hater, clearly. She's utterly ungrateful for every special grant she's been given her entire life. She went to Princeton on a free ride, and she's mad at Princeton, really? I mean, everything about her is like mediocre, mean, dumb, and not a single achievement in her entire life other than marrying this guy in a fake marriage. So, like, on what grounds can that person run the country?
Don't be naive, Tucker. You're talking about
Yes, I am.
naive. Are you kidding me?
Tucker's absolutely correct here. This is the same woman who said during the 2008 Democratic Party.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And first of all, I want to thank the Secret Service agents, those who worked tirelessly to protect our presidents, and specifically those agents who did not hesitate to jump in front of President Trump. And my heart goes out to the family of the Capitor family and the people at the rally who are still recovering. On the other hand, the Secret Service has a leadership problem, and it falls on you. And although I appreciate your hollow words that the buck stops here, I was actually hoping for some answers. Director Cheadle, you must answer to the American people if you want to stay in charge. It's really, really simple. You want to keep your job, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. The best way to keep your job is to answer the questions, not play this shell game, not sing the Slim Shady song. Wasn't me. I mean, come on. How long did you prepare for this?
That wasn't Slim Shady, that was Shaggy, honey.
For the weekend into last week.
Okay. 5 days? 6 days?
As soon as I was notified.
And how long was it?
About this hearing.
4 days?
I began preparing.
4 days?
I was talking to the TV,
I'm not sure
baby.
the date that I got the letter asking me to be here.
What are you sure of? Are you sure the color of your hair? Are you sure the color of your suit? Just like tell the American people, what are you sure of? You don't even know when you started preparing for the hearing. I mean, the biggest hearing of your life, and you have no clue. You can't remember when you started preparing for this hearing. Do you understand why those words seem hollow to the American people who are supposed to entrust their faith in you?
I assure you, the moment I received notification.
But you can't remember. You got a little Alzheimer's, dementia going. I mean, you can't remember.
I have several active investigations going on in an operational agency run.
Okay. All right, but you want to take accountability, right? The buck stops with you, right?
I'm taking accountability.
Super. Then let's start with trying to answer some questions. You keep referring to the FBI. When asked how many cell phones were on the roof, you referred to the FBI.
Get out of your
When asked
water
if there
bowl,
were explosives
dingus.
in the car, you referred to the
Come
FBI.
on,
When
dude.
asked if Crooks was acting alone, you referred to the FBI. See a common theme here? I can go on and on. My question is, who at the FBI should I speak with? Wait for it. Wait for it.
The FBI is responsible for the criminal.
Is there a name?
I'm not certain.
I'm not certain. All right, you're not certain. I don't know. Let me ask a different question. Have you been in communication with the FBI?
Yes, I have.
With whom?
I speak with the director and the deputy director.
Okay. And what have they shared with you about this investigation? So I'll give you an opportunity to answer again. Did they share with you how many shell casings were on the roof?
They have shared with me the.
Did they share with you how many shell casings?
I love you, baby.
Yes.
And, okay, how many were there?
I would refer to the FBI for
how many.
Well, that muscle's
and their
finally
information
getting
that
some
they need to share in the
fucking
investigation.
action in
So
there.
they've shared the information with you.
This is
You
that
just
muscle that
don't want to
runs
share the
like
information
from
with us,
here
correct?
We
to
have
here.
concurrent investigations that are going on.
So they
And
have shared
it's
this
been
information.
so
with you.
weak.
You know
It's
the
finally
answer to
getting
the
some
question.
action.
You just refuse to answer the question from the member of
Oh,
Congress
wow, look
who
at that
has
muscle.
subpoenaed you here. Is there a different answer to that question?
I was always willing to
Look
come
at the muscle in my
here
back
testify
growing.
before this oversight hearing.
Beautiful. Then let's do
Right
that.
there, look.
Let's your words have your actions match your words. So you've
That's
been
cray-cray.
in communication with the FBI. You
Who's
know
that?
the answers,
Slushy.
and you
Yeah.
refuse
Daddy
to tell us
made
the
you?
answers. So I
Yeah,
will ask
I
you
put it
again.
in the
You
freezer
know
so
how many
then
shell
I don't
casings were on that
have
roof.
this.
What is the answer to that question?
Nope, I still live in that
What
stupid
is
bus.
the answer to that question?
Where's my
I
jewel?
think it's pertinent to talk to you about the information that the Secret Service has and that the Secret Service knows related.
I'm asking you an answer to the question. If you're supposed to be in charge, if the buck stops with you,
Good.
how come you can't share
Like
the
this.
answers? What are you
Here, take a
hiding? And what are you hiding, my friend?
I'm not covering anything.
Then why can't you answer a
I
single
wish
question?
that
I would leave it to the criminal investigation to answer questions related to that.
I've gotten
When you come to
ice
the
cream while I was gone. I
and
didn't
you
think
asked them
about
how
it.
many explosives, did you
7-Eleven.
ask them how many explosives were on the roof? Did they answer that question? Or in the car, excuse me. Did they answer that question for you?
Yes.
Yes. So you know the answer to that question that my colleagues have asked you. But again, you refuse to give us the answers. You're playing this wasn't.
Hi, Tyson.
Well, I submit to you.
Dad?
If you can't, and it's not a can't, it's a won't. It's not a can't. It's not a I don't know. It's a I choose not to answer the question. Well, let me tell you, Ms. Cheadle, if you're going to
Elliot and the dog are the worst
if
and
you want to
messiest
be in
eaters.
charge, then answer the question or step aside and have someone with the courage and the guts answer to the American people the questions that they deserve answers to. And with that, I yield back.
Sure, now recognize Mr. Bober. From Florida.
Director Cheadle, can you please give me the names of the individuals who are in charge of your conduct at the rally?
I'm not going to release names.
Can you give me the titles? And how many individuals?
Body camera footage revealed. Like, I want that.
It's past my bedtime, not actually. It's like 8:49 p.m. on Tuesday, July 23rd.
Music.
I was on the internet, definitely not minding my own business.
Bum, 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 bum,
And I saw this tweet from an account I just started following today called Independent. So I just started following this account today, and then I saw that we had posted this like an hour before. Okay. So it says, breaking. Rooftop footage from police body cam. View from the roof. Listen close. Hashtag Butler, hashtag Trump, hashtag Secret Service. As you can see, it is a 3-minute long clip. Okay, cool. So I have, excuse me, I have downloaded it, so let me pull it up. I think the audio is better when I download it and play it through here. Here we go. Okay. So if y'all want to watch that one, that is how you find it, and I can also put the link in the thing below. Here. Okay. So if you want to watch it all the way through, you can go watch it all the way through there. What I want to do, I want to comment, excuse me, I want to comment on this, and I also want to provide some analysis, also a little bit react. I've already seen it, so it's not like really a react, but it kind of is, because I'm going to be reacting as we go. Just not a first impression. Hello, everybody. So within 24 hours of that prediction,
My son doesn't have a cut.
okay. So much stuff has happened today too, but I just want to get into the body camera right now only because that's the title of the video. But it's like a lot of stuff's happening all at once. Now, if you will recall, just one more thing I want to mention before I go on. If you will recall, I had Shane and his sister, Kristen, aka KB, on here the day of the rally, if you recall. The day of the rally, the day it happened, the day of the incident, I had them on, brother, sister, they both were there, and they get into talking about it, right? And they both say this, but especially the sister, KB, she's like,
Hey,
"No,
get
I'm
out
not
of
the
there."
shooter. I'm not saying this is him, but I feel like, I saw this guy.
No, you cannot go over there right now. There's too many dogs.
She said, I saw him
No, dude, you got your hip hurt already,
of
and
the
you're
building that the shooter was sitting
gotta
on
nurse
top of.
yourself. You
And
gotta be
he
careful.
was, she describes how he was dressed and all that, and she's like, he starts walking down the fence line, and then I
Really
lose
wish
track
I
of
had
him, and
CBD
never
for my
seen
dog.
him. And then when I look back to that building, I'm paraphrasing.
I don't know what you
watch
mean.
that video. I just started a playlist too, so
I don't know
I'll
where
put
it
this on here too. So
came from.
My dad made it.
But
Okay.
she said she lost track of
So,
him. And she even
where's
said it
all
over and
parts?
over again. I'm not saying that
It's
is
in
true.
there.
But I am just saying that guy showed up. If he was pulled up into an
There's,
area where
like,
there was only cops, it was
some
supposed to be
in
restricted.
here,
So was
but
he a
I
cop?
don't
Who was
know
this
where,
guy?
like,
Josh, where's all the parts to the blender?
Well, then I go to Public Pennsylvania to
blender, I'm
the
just
shooting,
trying to show
and
you
the
what
bike was
power
still there.
to
The motorcycle,
make.
Harley was
Yeah,
still there.
where's the
Then
blender
AP,
stuff
the
at?
AP
A
posted
blender
footage.
mix?
How did he make that?
How do you make it?
No.
He took his
It was
blender,
16.
bottom,
It was the
and
next
like
day after I went
find
there. I
it.
don't remember exact days right now.
Probably in one of those.
No, it should be like right here because he
I went
just
the next
used
day, the
it.
bike was
You
still
know.
there. AP drove
Maybe
over
in
the
the
next day.
dishwasher?
Harley
You'll just have to wait, baby doll.
to be there, so it was still just sitting in the same spot. So you could verify that there was indeed a motorcycle sitting there. Well, I needed to leave with that. We're about to do something on the bike, and I'm not. Just keep it in mind. I'm not
It's already
making
made.
conclusions at the
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I'm
it's
right
fun.
though.
So how do I make another one? Where's the blender head and stuff?
aspect of things, okay?
Drink it all?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. One more thing.
Where's
I
the
can do this
powder
like
stuff?
auto AI caption.
Don't worry about
thing,
that.
but
I'll
it
make the
needs
drink.
captions, so hopefully it helps, but I can't make any
I just
promises.
want
Where's the
powder.
But it was
top?
it was supposed
It doesn't come. Oh, there it goes.
Where's the powder?
I got this, Boo Bear. Just chill on out. Calm it down. Calm it down. You're not gonna get protein powder. Calm down.
Protein ones.
You're not gonna get too much and have your kidneys and liver fail.
Can I do this?
So he's trying to get this done. You can see that water tower over there, which is going to become important.
Can I do the mix?
Again, no one wants this without my commentary. This video is a commentary. You don't have to watch it without my commentary. We see the water tower.
What? No,
we
we
see
don't
it.
know. That was still
Yeah, milk and ice. Wait, we need milk and ice.
Calm down.
We need
Calm
milk
down. Calm down.
And then
Calm down.
they're talking
Okay,
about
just
milk
calm
in
it down.
it.
We'll do a little bit of juice instead of
They're
any
talking
smoothie
about an
powders.
incident that happened a little bit
Yeah, but
earlier.
it's just calories. No,
Yeah, but
it's
this
just empty silica calories and
Yeah, but
sugar
look, wait.
on it.
It's strawberry and
Sugar is the number one ingredient, then corn syrup, which is the second type of sugar. I can put sweetened condensed milk or milk in this instead. And get the same trust from me.
15 grams.
Trust from me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
wait,
they're
wait, wait.
overly sweet, too sugary. Just chill out.
Yeah, but I want
Look at how you're acting right now. You don't need any more sugar. Calm down. Calm down.
From what I understand. So there's an agent, his name's Gary, we're gonna learn. So these guys are talking about the group saying, yes, the guy that sent the picture.
Trust mom, okay? I got this.
This is the same guy. So they're gathering up their evidence.
Hey, don't put water in there.
Are we still alive?
Can I do that?
So we see him looking for the picture. We see him pointing, gesturing to the other way, the opposite direction of the water tower. And he's referring to a bike. Okay? So to me,
now turn it on.
That can't be referring to the motorcycle.
Okay, now
it is. Correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe I got it backwards. Do I have it backwards? I think he would need to be on the pointing in the other direction for it to be where that bike is.
No.
Now, does that mean that there wasn't an incident earlier with the same Harley Davidson?
Orderly!
Holy Marshall.
Right?
What?
Holy, dude.
We're talking about a bike. Listen to what he says and maybe read the captions, which perhaps are reliable. I don't know how to check.
You do not have to have such a foul mouth all the time.
I said pick up.
So the caption
like
said
talking
background.
about-
He didn't say that. He said.
Josh, if he gets hyped up though, he's gonna get just jacked up.
So that's some information we did. The one that took the picture, first name is Greg. This probably Greg.
Piggyback. Piggy out. I can't fit out.
Let me see.
Piggyback.
You know about the watermark on there. Let me see if I
No, ow, 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 ow. Piggyback. Just to
You
there.
should probably look over there at what's going on. Yeah. Huh.
See, not as sweet, but just as good and good for you.
I put very little of either one of those.
That'd be good. All right, let me add this one up on here. You really don't think you can see it?
Get down off your dad's back, dude.
Piggyback. Put your hands on my back. What?
I'm gonna take this away from you.
No,
You don't want it, obviously. Please get down. Okay. Just go ahead.
just trying to get to the table. Can you just go that way?
I don't think you'll be able to see it, but I'm gonna pull it right here.
No. I want to go over there.
The table's right here if you want your.
No, it's that table.
So if you go to that window to
That table's
Thank you so much, Megan. It's very difficult. Every time your kid tries your patience, it's an opportunity to grow more patient.
His little, oh, they're blurring it out. Oh, no wonder we can zone it in. They are blurring it out. So, I'm not gonna be able to see what it is because it's redacted. Okay, that's fine. Whatever. So you don't know. No, it's a manual redaction. You can see it's like staying in the same spot, but the phone is moving. They blurred it out on purpose, so we don't know what bike they're talking about. Inconclusive. I just want to tell y'all, I don't know what really is showing here. If it's like, this is a little graphic, so I can understand you need to take this moment to click away. He said motorbike? Somebody said motorbike? Hold on. It's as loud as it goes. I need to pull that other one back up because I had done all this audio, enhancement to it, and we can't even hear this. Okay, hold on. Oh man, this is the joys of doing stuff live. Don't worry, in an hour or two, you'll be able to watch the neat and tidy CNN version.
Greg in there. Alright, so if you go to that window to David and yell for Greg, that's the sniper that sent those original pictures and seen him come the bike and set the back down and then lost sight of him.
It is really nice
Not
not having the generator constantly running, but there's the air conditioning running and a fan and stuff.
So we have the picture of that. And then this is his bike with the stump. And our sniper seen him walking away from that, I believe. Okay. But he would be right inside that window.
Okay, so we don't know if it is the Harley or not. It's
I
a
just
bike.
wish I had the money to like
We don't know
pay
who the bike
first,
belongs
last,
to,
and get
but
my
apparently
shit
the same guy
together
that took our
and
picture, his name's
move.
Greg. He's a sniper who's
But
stationed
unfortunately,
in the
like
second window.
even
Greg
if I try to find like an
apparently
apartment or a
also, according to his
studio
body camera
to rent
footage,
here, just
saw
until like I find what I want,
the shooter
until everything that I need to go
take a
through goes
backpack from
through.
a bike,
Like
maybe a motorbike, maybe
I can't afford a
bicycle.
first, last
We don't know.
security. I can't
And,
afford a
and
U-Haul
then they
right
lost
now.
track of
Like I'm just
Then they lost track of Thomas.
can't fucking afford that
He's the one
shit.
physically seen this, sent the pictures, and called it out. Okay.
So I have to like wait,
We have somebody detained, correct?
see if like something happens.
Okay, thank you, Edie. Okay, so this was
Like maybe like I could sell my truck.
This, but
But
as y'all can hear, they are talking about having someone, actually 2 people detained. That means like in custody or whatever. And the you know, the man in black, the man in the suit, he's like, why do you have them detained? Why? What did they do that was so bad?
Seen this, sent the pictures, and called it out. Okay. So
Francesca, I've been growing my hair since 2007 or 2008.
There were 2 people detained, one of them said, and he's pointing back over by the what I believe over there that's where the motorcycle is. So over there, motorcycle, 2 people are detained according to this guy. Now, as y'all can tell, all these are kind of different accounts. Like it's all of them are talking with authority, but it's differing, right? So I don't know who's the most credible here.
our guy was just up here, told me to
Also, thank you for the $4.99 super chat. So they detained the owner of the bike, and then Edie just said, I tagged you in a video on X, and I will go to it after this. She said, it is an interview of a guy with the same exact bicycle who says he was detained by the FBI. So we'll go check that out after this. And then this goes, I don't know, kind of to like KB's point. Maybe we're talking about a bicycle and a bike.
Hi,
Maybe
Autumn.
obviously there's some miscommunications going on.
Can't sell the bus until my stuff is out of it. Like no one's gonna buy the bus and then wait for me to move all my stuff out of it after they pay me. You know what I
Then we have the
mean?
man in black pointing at the assailant, going, I thought he was the owner of the bike. Which brings to my attention the van they're going to start talking about here shortly. Now, if you look into the mainstream media narrative of the situation, that is without a doubt, undoubtedly, Thomas Crook's van. He parked it there.
Elliot, it's time to get in the bath.
He left it there, had explosives in it.
I gave you like literally 20 extra minutes. It's time to get in the
I've
bathtub.
spoken to eyewitnesses who have family members that live on that street, namely Shane and KB. And Shane told me that that van did not arrive in that neighborhood until after 9 o'clock p.m. So,
Yeah, he's laying at my feet.
I don't know.
I'm just waiting on it to sell still. Just waiting on her to buy me. My lawyer talked to her. I gotta check my email and see if there's anything from them today. I haven't done that today yet. I forgot. Yeah, I'm just like waiting on it to sell. A lawyer, like I told you, remember I told you like so long ago, Autumn, eventually like a lawyer will hear my plea, will hear my story, and then just help me because like it's so bad what happened. And it happened. It literally happened. So a lawyer has heard my story and is taking my case for free and is going to help me either negotiate with her a sale situation, or if she can't or isn't able to come up with that money like ASAP, then we're going to move forward with a forced sale. And then I'm just going to live with Josh or live in a studio apartment here in the neighborhood or something like that until my property sale goes through. And then once the sale goes through on my property, either Josh and I will get a house together or like a duplex or something like that, or I'll get a RV and do, you know, what I'm happiest doing. Autumn, you remember how happy, oh my god, I miss being on the road. But anyway, so just being mobile again will change my whole situation, so I'm just excited for that. At least having some mobility. Even if like Josh and I buy a house, like I will still be able to have a home base and buy a cheap RV and bounce around. So, I gotta go draw Elliot a bath. Beep, beep, beep.
Are you out?
Just watch out for your laptop on the thing. Your phone's in the bathroom. See, you're watching this garbage. Every time I see your phone, you're watching this mind-numbing garbage.
Is this
For now, yeah, go for it.
live thing? Is
Turn Elliot's TV off, please. No, my live is right here with me. Elliot, your TV's just running and you're playing the game, so why can't Dad turn it off?
Can you pause the TV though? For me?
Well, the thing is that Josh's leasing company won't let me actually stay here for very long, so I can't just like stay here. I can't just move in here. I have to like go and get put on the lease, and if I get put on the lease, his monthly amount could change and go up too much, and then it wouldn't make sense for us to be paying all that money for a 1-bedroom apartment. We would have to try to get like a 2-bedroom apartment or something like that, but then that's even a bigger commitment, and that's like a whole year. So it's just really like a situation where I'm kind of anxious, but we do need to go to the leasing office and talk to them and see like what my options are. And then, like, is there even a studio available? Which probably not, because, like, in this area, in Lane County in general, like, it's, like, basically the hardest ever to find anywhere to live. But I would be cool if I could convince him to, like, move onto the coast. I would love that.
Or Lee wants outside really
That's
bad.
too freaking bad. There's too many dogs outside. Shush. No, he's trying to go outside where all those dogs are. I know what he's doing. Thank you. I'm very well aware. I've been dealing with this crap for a while now. Orly. Come on, Elliot, let's go. Into the bathtub. I got you a few books in here. I wonder if they're the right ones. You need to come and stick through all these bath toys. God, I hate how this does that. So annoying. Yeah, I actually was looking in Utah, to be quite honest. I was looking in Utah, Idaho, a couple of places like that. I'm perfectly happy, honestly, if I have enough money to buy, like, what I was thinking about doing originally is selling my property, taking the money, it's like $30,000 or whatever that I would be able to have access to. So I would get like spend $15,000 on a nice 2500 Silverado, and then get like a nice fifth wheel with the rest. It's time for bed,
I want
dude.
your fans and stuff to see this.
It's bedtime. Seriously.
Watch the front wheels.
But anyway, so
one go.
that's funny. My bus. It's funny, Autumn. My bus literally says Columbia County on it. It's bus number 326 from Columbia County.
Funny, because that's my mom's special numbers. Yeah. We want to go home. What is happening? What is happening?
So this has an airplane motor in the car, and it's got square tires. All right, let's go.
Let's see the first person view.
1, 2.
See the first person view.
I gave you over 30 minutes extra time. It is 10 o'clock. Turn it off right now. Tomorrow. Okay. Tomorrow you will not be allowed to play the game. That's fine. No problem for me. Do you hear me, Daddy? He's not allowed to play the game tomorrow.
I'm just trying to show him a trick, and he shuts down the whole computer.
Yep. Let's go. Are you kidding me? Go put your steering wheel away. Go put your steering wheel away, and then the tub should be ready for you. He's 9. No, he never does listen, ever, Stephanie. It's quite annoying. You got people commenting how you never listen. No, they see. They see.
I don't.
No. He.
I've listened once in my life.
Josh.
He did really good on his score.
Well, he isn't listening right now. So.
Car accident.
Go get in the bathtub. Put your steering wheel away and get in the tub. See, he's not listening right now, Josh. You want to talk about examples that he's setting? This is the example they get to see because they didn't see him do that schoolwork. So this is what they have to think. It's like, wow, he doesn't listen. I've listened once.
I'll tell you when to stop the water, okay?
No, you need to go and put your steering wheel away. I will let it go further if you go and you put your steering wheel away.
Yeah, but come on.
He's peeing right now. Yeah, his hair is cute. He has had one like actual haircut in his whole life. He had he got shaved when he was 5, and then when he got his hair like all, when he grew back, it got like all tangled up. So I shaved the underside and got him a little like surfer boy trim. So that was the one haircut he's like ever had, like real haircut. And then it grew out, and then he wanted dreadlocks. So I put dreadlocks in there. And then recently over the summer, it just started to get so hot. So I shaved the underside. And so now he just has the dreadlocks on top, but you literally can't tell the difference because his hair is so fucking thick. Let's go! Let's go! Alright, turn the water off. Get out of that chair. Elliot, Marshall! Dude! Oh my god, you almost hit the wall. You almost hit the wall with the chair. You're gonna freaking seriously cause a damage. Your father has to pay money when you move out.
Alright, come on over and unscrew that stuff.
You're about to get your butt hooked. Lift the steering wheel away.
Unplug.
I cannot believe this. You gotta unplug it, Elliot. You're gonna break it. Do it correctly. Wow, that was narrow. He's in there freaking flipping the fucking computer chair backwards into the wall. Like literally all the way back.
Why you help me stop?
Yeah, Utah's just cheaper, and you don't have to worry. The only thing that you really do have to worry about, though, Autumn, is that rust underneath, because anywhere that's going to salt their roads, you're going to experience a lot more rust on the undercarriages. So Utah's kind of on the fence for that kind of situation. My good boy.
Mom?
Get in the tub.
Which character from a show goes down when he gets hit?
No! Homer Simpson. Go get in the tub. Get into the tub. Daddy, seriously? He's being super disrespectful and farting at me. He needs to get a pop or go in the shower. You've got too many toys in there already. You may not get any more. Go.
Ow!
Now, I'm trying to help you so you don't fall.
I'm trying to. Ow!
Go.
I see a cool toy that I want to
Out.
grab.
Nope. You may not grab
Can you
any more.
at least look at it? It's
Nope.
the
Even the dog is listening.
X-Men, the electric
Nope.
X-Men.
You have too many toys as it is.
Don't.
You guys quiet down.
Can you pull up the water more since I did what I was
Elliot,
told?
go in the you're still not. No, what do you mean do what you're told? You're still not in the tub. And look what you did.
What?
Look at the front of your pants. Take off your clothes.
Can I?
All right, seriously, Josh,
What
it's time for a
is wrong with
spanking.
you? I'm just
Seriously, spank his butt. Seriously.
trying to grab a toy.
You have too many in the bathroom as it is. Get in the
I
bath.
want to go pick that electric.
Get in the
Can you fill up
bathtub.
the tub more?
I'm not doing it because you haven't done what you're supposed to yet. I will fill up the tub once you're in it. Yeah, absolutely. It's almost full. So you're just going to throw your clothes all over the place. God, you're so rude. You are. Your clothes are fucking Now, if you put your face in the water and you soak your face really, really long time when you're in there, I will help you get that scab off the front of your face and try to get that pearl out. I will try to help you. Get that thing on your face if you just allow your face to absorb the water in the shower. Now try when you're done to get it out. Oh, God bless America, man. Why are you feigning incompetence? Yes, you are. You're feigning complete ignorance. God bless that child. I tell you what. Well, I'm gonna go to bed, I guess. Well, I mean, not to bed, but hang this up and go, you know, do my stuff. It's a shame you don't like my dog, Josh.
What?
It's a shame you don't like my dog. Have a lovely evening. See you later, alligator. Boop, boop, boop. See you in the morning. Okay, well, I hope this shit fades soon. It's like fading in certain places, but not fading in others. My microblading. So the blonde hair just looks weird because you can't see what it actually looks like because the blonde hair is clear and disappears at certain angles. Okay.